friends, welcome back. Welcome to my garage. Today we are going to be working on setting up my she shed. So my third stall of my garage is turning into my she shed. I have this huge garage. I have a storage shed in the back. I have more space than I actually need. So we're going to get it set up here. It's not going to be done today. I have a heater that's going to be installed yet. My neighbor that's going to help me with that said I have to wait until hunting season is over. But we are going to get a TV set up today. So let's talk about what we need to do for that. So here's the setup that I have. I did move my patio furniture in off my porch. So I have a rocking love seat, 2 chairs, and a coffee table. That's where my TV is going to go. It's by the fridge. I've got a stereo hooked up with speakers already. So we just have to get the TV mounted. I did buy a base for it the mount for it is on a swivel and it pulls out. So we'll have lots of room. And then we will be set up once the heater comes in for all of our winter parties. My tips is to know your limits. Know what you can and cannot do on your own. When my ex moved out, this garage was not finished. The only walls that were drywalled were the ones that are connected to the house because that's what legally had to be done for us to be able to move in. He had tried to do some drywalling. When I hired professionals to come in and finish it, they had to tear that down and redo it, but then I had them plaster all of it, and then I hired a painter to paint my garage. It's a very light gray color. I just wanted a little something something on the walls that wasn't plain white, and it looks fantastic. It's not quite done yet. I couldn't do the drywall and the plastering of my own, but I will be able to trim out my windows and floor by myself. So kind of a combination of hiring people for the bigger projects, the things that you know you can't do, the drywalling, the painting, and then doing the things that you can do to save some money. Like I can put trim on the floor and trim around my windows. So then the garage will be finished. But I have professionals coming in and helping too. The neighbor works for a heating company, so he's going to help me do the heater. He's told me what I needed to purchase. My dad's going to be coming over to help me hang this TV because I've never done it before. But let's look at what I have for us to get started with. Look at that. It's clean as new on the back. I took the plug out to get it all cleaned out. Got all the dust and dirt. It was sitting in a closed down restaurant for quite a while before I purchased it, along with the other things that I bought. So a little bit of cleanup goes a long way. So the TV is cleaned. I had a little bit area here that had the sticker on it from the online auction. So I just hit that with a little bit of Goo Gone. On it, I protected the rest of the TV with a cloth so it didn't get on the TV, and then cleaned that up with some Dawn Power Wash. We've also checked out the wall, and there is a stud right between those 2 spots. So we are ready to go. All right, so we are attaching the back mount to the TV. We've put spacers underneath it, and we've loosened these up so it's a little bit flexibility. You want to make sure there's the same give in the top and the top 2 and the bottom 2. So we're doing these exterior ones first, putting a washer on, and then we'll go back and tighten these ones up. So I started by drilling the bottom hole for the mount. I used my shop vac to suck up all of the debris and drywall that was falling out of it. Once I had that screw in, we worked on making sure it was level before we put the top 2 screws in and had our mount all secured on the wall perfectly level. So we are just swapping out the longer screws that we had put in the back of the TV, and we had short ones in there. We're putting the longer ones in there, and then we're going to put the shorter ones up here. The directions we had weren't really clear to what we were supposed to be doing, but we want the longer ones in the back of the TV. We also have the Chromecast hooked up. That is going to have to be plugged in. It actually came with a really nice little cord wrap that you could unwrap a little bit of it. So we did that so I can move it away from the wall and still be able to have the Chromecast plugged in. So that's all going to be set to go when we get it turned on. That's it. I have a garage TV. I have a remote that came with a Chromecast that will work to turn it on and off, which is fantastic. I just have to get the Chromecast set up, which I'll do later. I'm in the middle of errands and stuff right now, but had to take a break for a minute. So I'm so excited to be able to open up the she shed. So let's do a quick cost breakdown of this one. The TV was less than $40 at an online auction from a closed restaurant. Rough shape, didn't come with remote. A few scratches on it, not a big deal, but $40. The mounting kit was maybe $40 at Menards. I don't really remember. 11% back. Don't forget to send your rebate in. And then the Chromecast, I think that was around $40 too. So I think this whole project was about $120 to get the TV mounted, to get a functional remote. And it pulls out, it swivels, it pivots. So I'm pretty excited. We did have some hiccups along the way. My dad grabbed the wrong size drill bit first. He did 5/8 instead of 5/16. And so for that bottom hole that we put in, we had to drill a little bit higher with the second hole with the proper size, but it's covered up and it's fine. So there's always a little hiccup along the way, right? But it's done. We needed my mom's help to get the TV hung. It took 3 of us to kind of do it. My mom and I held it, and Dad put the screws in, but we got it mostly because it's awkward. Like, it's up high and it's not easy to get to. But the TV is hung. I'm so excited. So when's the first garage party in the she shed, right? The fridge is stacked. We're ready to go. So hanging a TV, not something I thought I would do before. Still a little involved. So we've got some great tools. Oh, one of the tools that we used is this thing where you put your drill bits and your screws and everything in to make sure that you have the right size drill bit for what you need, or the size screw, so you can match those things up. So super cool tool there. And we used a digital level, which is super, super helpful. So the TV looks crooked to me. We checked it. It's like a 1/2 degree off of level. So, but yeah, digital level, super helpful there too. So we had some fancy tools to help us, mostly thanks to my dad's collection. So if I can hang a TV with a little bit of help, so can you. That's what I know.